The TV show Question Time is the gift that keeps on giving. An early Christmas present for all to have a laugh and cheer. A couple of weeks ago, we had comedian Zoe Lyons sit there and straight-faced tell us that those who come over on those rubber dinghies are all doctors and engineers and scientists, and that we should all be welcoming them. Well, they've gone one step further. I'm about to show you the full clip, unedited version of an illegal sat in the crowd, planted by the BBC with an earpiece in and a phone, trying to tell us what rights he should have and why he should be allowed to stay in England. It's in plain sight. He's admitted he's illegal, and yet it's still all okay. People, this is True Brit Media. We're the channel that speaks, exposes, and lives the truth, and the truth must be heard. The truth is this: the BBC are trying to brainwash us. These establishments are trying to brainwash us into thinking it's all okay. Look how scripted this is. Look how coordinated this is, and look how despicable it is. If you like this type of channel, then make sure you subscribe. If you've already subscribed, notification bell turned on. I want 1,000 likes on this. I want to share this truth to everyone. If anyone's not seen this, they need to see this to know why you should never watch the BBC again. And get in the comment section and let me know your thoughts on this. Oh, and if this clip somehow miraculously disappears, this is not my doing. This is taken out of my hands. I will be playing the full clip, and hopefully you'll be able to see that version in this video. So without further ado, less of me, let's get straight into this clip. Let's divulge into it, and I want to know your thoughts on it. So here we go, people. Here we go. And yeah, the immigration special. The question: when will you actually stop the boats? People, be ready for this, because it's not. Before I let it run, can you see how he is going to use some words and phrases that you would just not expect him to be able to use? But also look how he's glancing down. Notice how scripted this crazy ass scene is. Sorry, I just got annoyed seeing that. I'm sorry. If you want proof there's an earpiece, this guy has no idea what he's reading or saying. Look at the audience around him. I know some people say, just let the clip play, man, but we've got to talk. Look at her. Look what she's looking at. Look at her. She's basically putting her middle finger up. Look at him. They're all fuming. This is so savage by the BBC. But look, there is that earpiece right there for all. Yeah. I mean, it's just crazy. We're getting an Iranian man who, first of all, when he started, had a bloody script to tell us about some Northern Ireland rights and conventions and why we shouldn't leave the ECHR. You've then got him being basically said, well, all right, that's scripted. You're from Iran. If Iran is safe, will you go back there? And in black and white, he's basically saying, no, not really. Even if it's safe, I want to stay in England because I've got a little girl here. And his excuse and reasoning was, because she speaks English, she's learning English, and she went out to write or speaking fastly. I'm sure you could teach her that. I'm sure you could educate her that. And if that is your main barrier, then that is one of the most pathetic excuses. Let's just be real here. I want these people to say in black and white. They're here to scrounge off us. They're here to take every penny they can. They're here to benefit from the weak system that the UK enables. So absolutely crazy. As I said, this earpiece thing has really bothered me as well. You know, as I said, like, what the reason to giving him an earpiece? To help him try and answer his questions? Well, he did a bloody shocking job of it, I can tell you that. Have a look at some other things as well. There's a bit more outrage over this. As I said, it's really gone, yeah, quite crazy online. And if you haven't seen this, then hopefully this will help you understand. But there was another illegal migrant in the crowd, which I will show you this one now. And another scene. Just every country in Europe, really, that you passed interviews, but you somehow conveniently wanted to come here in the end.
So you applied for asylum in all those countries, what, and they all families?
So sorry, that's even worse. He actually got rejected by all those countries. So he had interviews. That's how bad his English is. He said he passed interviews. Well, actually, he didn't. You failed them, and they didn't want you. So you must be a threat of some sort. I'm off there. BBC don't like it, do they? They don't like it. And because you try to play the sympathy card, and that's where I'm sort of concluding on. They're trying to play the sympathy card. They're trying to go, oh God, look, these people have fled war-torn countries. How could that's a human there? Say it to his face now that you're going to kick him out of the country. And Zia just turned around and said, yeah, I am. He's illegal. Come here illegally. We've got a different conversation. And I think that's what everyone's gripe is. These unvetted men We have no idea who they are, what they're doing. When they come legally, you have a lot clearer picture. At the end of the day, he hasn't backed down even to the face of them. The BBC thought it would change the narrative. And maybe the BBC actually is still trying to paint Reform to be this evil party because they would deport someone like that nice man. And I think finally, Rupert Lowe's message sums it up quite nicely. The BBC had a small boat arrival speaking question time. He came from Iran. He tried to defend the ECHR. Let me be abundantly clear. He should be deported. Is he a nice man? I don't really know or care. It's not a problem. He broke into our country, so probably not. All of these men need to be securely detained and removed from our country, regardless what status the Home Office would grant them. The BBC is trying to show a human side to them, gain sympathy or whatever else. So what? I don't care, nor should you. Let's take any emotion out and deport them. And I think that is my final stand on it. You have to take emotion out of this. Because as that's just been alluded to in the video, if you start being, we've been too soft, too empathetic, and we've allowed 170,000 to come over and more rising. One day, that number will get to 1 million, and one day we'll be outnumbered by illegals. Oh, but why is that such a threat? Just look at our crime, look at our benefits, look at our housing, look at the infrastructure of everything in the UK right now, and the core central problem of what these illegals are causing. That is why you have to take emotion out of it. People, as I said, if you've got all this way or you've seen this video and some clips have been removed, that was not my doing. I'm so sorry, but sometimes the powers above have their say. Hopefully you've seen it all. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video, and hopefully you've smashed the like. I'm out of here. Ta-da.